NASA used its most powerful rocket, the Space Launch System (SLS), to carry astronauts into lunar orbit. For their habitation, the Orion spacecraft was used. There had already been various concerns and complications surrounding the SLS rocket. This time, new issues appeared inside the cabin of the Orion spacecraft. Among the problems encountered during NASA's Artemis II mission, the most notable were a fault in Orion's pressure valve and a problem with the toilet system. This is not an ordinary toilet. The cost of this space toilet exceeds over 23 million US dollars. On April 1st, about 1 hour after launch, the spacecraft successfully reached a high Earth orbit. At that point, the astronauts took some time to pause and check all systems, as this was the first crewed flight of the Orion series. During these checks, they encountered several issues. The stage when a spacecraft begins its journey from Earth toward the Moon is called Trans-Lunar Injection (TLI). At this stage, a sudden warning message appeared, indicating a possible cabin pressure leak. A cabin leak would mean that astronauts would not be able to breathe normally. Even minor issues like this are extremely sensitive in space, as small errors can quickly turn into major dangers. This was a critical moment. Should they continue toward the Moon or abort the mission and return safely to Earth? Eventually, it was determined that the situation was not as dangerous as it seemed. NASA's Houston Ground Control quickly analyzed the data and confirmed that there was no real leak. A sensor had incorrectly shown a low reading, which triggered the warning. Although the cabin pressure issue was resolved, another embarrassing problem arose during the mission, this time involving the toilet. In past Apollo missions, astronauts used plastic bags for waste. But in this modern spacecraft, there is a dedicated system known as the Universal Waste Management System. In simple terms, a toilet. It has separate systems for liquid waste, urine, and solid waste. The problem was believed to be caused by ice forming in a pipe, leading to a blockage. Later, it was found that a malfunction in the suction fan prevented the urine disposal pipe from working properly. Due to this issue, the astronauts became somewhat concerned. However, they had a backup solution, a collapsible contingency urinal, essentially a plastic tube used for urination. Despite the issue, the main toilet system in the Orion spacecraft did not completely fail. The cost of building this seemingly simple toilet is around $23 million, which is more than 250 crore taka. The reason for such a high cost is that there is no gravity in space. As a result, waste does not go downward like on Earth. Instead, it can float upward. Therefore, the system must safely collect waste, store it, control odors, and maintain hygiene. Additionally, it must be lightweight, compact, suitable for long missions, and comfortable for both male and female astronauts. In simple terms, this is not just a toilet. It is a highly advanced part of the life support system that helps ensure human survival and normal living conditions in space.